Yeah, Kelly, you next month.
Oh, okay.
How y'all doing today? How y'all doing tonight? My name is Kelly. I'm an alcoholic.
Kelly.
Sherm head crack addict. For more so, and a recovering jack artist. I'll get to that in a minute, man. You know, I'm humbled to come to Grandview. I came to Grandview in 2012, and I came to the last year. Where's Fernando at? Yeah, with Fernando and Jesse. Yeah. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta break this one motherfucker in my life's anonymity who's done everything for me in spite of everything I want to do for myself, and that person is God. Yeah, I call God a motherfucker because my God that I have has got me through the penitentiary so many motherfucking times. Just clarify, my number was E63896. I caught it in '89 and discharged it in 2011. Like old boy said, I did 6 terms as a result of my behaviors. Pasadena, my neighborhood, Pasadena, Watts, Compton, Skid Row. I would go anywhere where my unmanageability could be surrounded by other people's manageability. Because if you sit in this room, the war is over and you lost. It's because you came here as a result of your behavior and your unmanageability. My character defects was trying to control my unmanageability. That shit don't never motherfucking work. The desperation was a catalyst to change. Works like this, right? I reached at such a low point in my life to where I just wanted somebody to take me out. And I was hitting that pipe so motherfucking hard like a Hoover vacuum one night in an alley, and I leaned back and had my hand right to some fucking dog shit, human shit. You know, didn't give a fuck. Wiped that shit off and kept pushing. I would get so shermed up, man. I would stand there and hug it on a telephone pole. Didn't give a fuck. You know, when I speak, I'm only talking about the drugs. I'm talking about the fucked up behaviors that I did. I didn't give a shit about nobody. Eugene see me. I know Eugene for years. You see me when I went out. I went out as a result of a giant in my motherfucking life that I couldn't conquer. I did a whole lot. I was sober for 9 years, right? I did everything possible in that amount of time that an ex-con like me, they told me everything I didn't think I could do, I did it. And I excelled at it. I had, even in recovery, at the end, I became a public success, but a personal failure, because I have a spinal condition that slowly squeezes my spinal cord, so it fucks with me. I'm in more pain than not. I've been like this for 4 or 5 years. You know, everybody else was seeing my bottom, but they couldn't help me. I don't need for you to help me, motherfucker. Just be there. They wasn't there. So when I fell down in the store, when I looked up, I seen a 3-pack of Budweiser. I couldn't reach the 805 or the 211. I just grabbed a Budweiser and drank it. Right then, that sense of feelings came over me, right? I mentioned this for a reason, right? That meant that the power of choice was robbed from me, and it was on and cracking. Because I already knew it was going to be a time, so I called my boy Bernardino, man, I need 8-ball. You know, and I was way out there in Ontario. But the power of choice has been robbed, so getting high, it's just what I do. Because I've never been able to drink like a gentleman. I drink like a drunk. I get my drink on. You know what I mean? Sitting at the bus stop talking to the fellas, yelling at the hoes, you know, on Normandy and 54th, Crenshaw, you know, wherever's clever, man. But I'm here to tell you this, bro, right? When I came through here, and I'm trying to get that same mindset right now, right back, right? If you want something as bad as you want to breathe, then and only then will the success becomes a byproduct. Put up 20% effort. Man, I was telling this brother earlier, I was with me before, man. Everything that you want in your motherfucking life is just right ahead. It's outside your grasp. God has everything that you want. The only requirement that you have is you hold on to your motherfucking seat. Because if you're going to be here, be here. Because the odds are against you once you leave here about you going out. Honestly, because the dude told me that. You remember Fabian? Yeah. Fabian's in the hospital right now. I've been talking to him. He came through here. Man, there's a whole bunch of cats that, when I came into the rooms, man, these dudes was just like G's up. And they pushed the hard line, but they pushed that God line, that G code from God code. And what they did was they inspired people, they impacted people. That's what this whole thing's about. My blessings and my favor don't come to me if they flow me to the next person. I take a little bit what I need, and see, I don't need shit. I don't need value. Once I realize I don't need value, because it's not about the material shit, that shiny shit. Like Gene got that motherfucker go. I'll try and jack you one that way. But it's not about that shit. It's about everything that's inside. Because that's what it's true about. If there's no enemy within, there's no enemy outside me that can conquer me. Because Like Charles says, I'm gonna treat myself way worse than I'm ever allowed anybody to treat me, man. I remember being in juvenile hall, 1982. Game banging just really started. Man, it was on and cracking because I was molested as a kid and I was fucked up as a kid. I was throwing rocks at the freeways, like the old boy just said before. When I was young, my grandma said, "You throwing rocks at the penitentiary?" No, I'm not. I ain't never going to the penitentiary. When I was on that grade group, when I was on the county bus, that's the first thing I heard. That's the first thing I mentioned. My behaviors would always take me to these deep, dark places. But my behaviors can also take me to other places. Two places I never thought I'd realize. All I had to do was just take the next indicated step. Get a sponsor. More than getting a sponsor, get invested in this process. This process is not hard, it's not easy, it's just what you make it to be. Some things are going to be difficult, while some things is not. It's step one. If you can get past step one, that's the hardest part. Remember, you're powerless. Who likes to admit defeat? I don't like to admit defeat, but if I look back on every time one of the police picked me up, I was like, God damn, okay. Where's my 2 burritos? At the glass house. Give me a roll of toilet paper, and I'm laying it down. The fight is over until I got to see the judge. And I'm one of the motherfuckers in the penitentiary. I spend most of my time in the law library. So I try to be slicker the most. So I would get this time, and then get time knocked off. You know, I can be a factor if I don't got drugs and alcohol in my system. I can be a factor in my own life and those around me, right? I give a fuck about I'm used to being rock bottom, like I used to say. I want to see everybody else do better than me because I love Skid Row. I love what it did to me. That desperation is something. For some reason, I'm punishing myself, and I got a bunch of deaths on me this year too. To my almost 3-year relapse, I'm holding myself responsible for somebody else's death. So I get emotional, I get teary, man, and start crying for whatever reason. I don't give a fuck about none of that, right? I really don't. Because if it's left up to me, I would go right back and do the same motherfucking thing again. See Blake, see all these guys coming over drunk, fucking with Eugene. Like, get this crackheaded fucker up out of here. But he didn't do that. You know, when we were in our disease, man, it's a motherfucker, man. So I'm here to ask you this: when you start looking at it, what are you gonna do today? What are you willing to give up today in order to make tomorrow that much more better? Because at this point in this place, man, he got a good place. And the only person who's still here is Anna. When I first came through here, that's who I've been talking to for the last few months. Because left up to me, my ideas. See, I can't talk my way out with Anna. She didn't know. Answer the motherfucker. Yeah. So, but you know what? It's a blessing to have somebody like that who's been here for 20 years, almost 21 years. Man. So if you're gonna be here, be here. Like, you know, this seat right now, right? You can look around and say, look, man, this place is kind of fucked up. All these motherfuckers, sweaty ass motherfuckers, hot in the motherfucker. The air don't be working, and fucking funky ass Robert DJ. This shit gone, man. You know, but I love him to death, man. You gotta have a cast and crew. When I came through here a year ago, that's why this motherfucker came back. And Fernando always talking that shit. You got the timer, Fernando? But what I'm saying is that after a period of time, man, get your crew. Because when I was here, it was cold. We couldn't go nowhere. Get your crew and hit the block. Hit those meetings, man. Get you a core group. That's what I did with Maurice and a couple other cats, Tyrone. You know, but if you can do that, that says a lot about you. Because you just like you had your main crew, your different groups that you was fucking with on the street. But this way, you're only to recover, to become a failure to a success. Only requires one thing: that you do everything contrary action, that you do the opposite of what you've done. I've gotten, in the time that I was sober, I went from being here, went to a sober living, went to school full time, worked full time at 43 years old, worked at various libraries, worked at Caltech University, which is, I don't know why the fuck they hired me, but they seen something in me I couldn't see for myself, right? And that's what most of the staff members do. They're going to see something that you can't even see it yet. But you know what? If you open yourself up, you can feel it in the room. Because when I'm in, I go to almost a meeting every night, six nights a week. When I'm really in pain, I go to a meeting, it goes away because there's something about being around people who are broken and desperate and deep desperation and hurting, who only want to get better. But how do you get better? Hold on to the motherfucking seat, put some work in. I'm not saying do no steps. I'm saying whatever works for you. If whatever reason that you're here, if you ain't here for no recovery, well, shit, get something out of it. Just make sure when you leave here that you got something out of it. Not stop wasting your motherfucking time, because time is the one thing I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You cannot buy time. You know, that's the one thing you can't buy. You can buy love. But, you know, I have to always remember the desperation where I was at. Because if I forget that desperation, I'm going to get a drink, and my pain that I'm going through is, man, it's tough, man. It's tough in those moments. These are the only moments. And now, if I let that moment pass, a week from later, I'm not even thinking about this shit. Or a problem. If I have an argument, when I wake up, like, me and argue, for them, you always get an argument. When I wake up the next day, we ain't tripping on it. You know, for them, we're always fucking up, talking shit, and fucking with people. Remember that? You're always getting into it with everybody. But that's just him. He has to accept everybody for what still loves the shit out of him. Right? But then in that moment, I might have a problem with it, even with myself. Sometimes I got to set a boundary upon myself. Because if my best thinking got me here, how do I think that by the consciousness that got me here is not going to get me out of here? I might have to talk to Eugene. I might have to talk to you or any one of you, because I feel like everybody in here is my sponsor. Because I'm going to gain something from him. I got a sponsor named Charles. He's a motherfucking asshole. His sponsor, and his sponsor. You know, I'm trying to bring him down here today. But, you know, life shows up and they wasn't able to do it. And they felt bad about it. You know, anyway, she still work here? Charles' daughter still work here? Charles' daughter. Yeah. Okay. Miss Roberts, that's his daughter. Yeah, but man, when I came back, I ended up in a luxury. I don't know how the fuck I met this dude at a liquor store. I ended up in a luxury treatment. It's fucked up. They don't know shit. They don't do shit. The worksheets is one little motherfucking worksheet. Just write whatever and just give it in. It's a money grab for them. Right. Thankfully, I got something. I'm armed with some facts about myself. The facts about myself is I'm a dirty, rotten scoundrel. Once I put some dope in me, right? When I don't have drugs in me, I'll give the motherfucker his shirt on my back and my shoes. Which I wear size 16. You can't fit those anyway. You know, and then you're gonna end up meeting people like me. I met Eugene. You know what I'm saying? At a meeting, this motherfucker here, woo, man. But you know, I look forward to it. See, and that's what gets me going. If you're gonna be here, what is it that you really want? If you're gonna be sober, this is cold, right? We was talking about this in group the other day. If you're gonna be sober, what the fuck you gonna do? What is what is 5 major things that you've always wanted to do in your life? Because the only motherfucker that stops you from doing it is you, because you put those obstacles in your way. And once you put those obstacles in your way, I don't give a fuck how much Trump write you a check. Nobody can move those motherfucking obstacles but you, because you put them there. Life gets a little better when you take the responsibility about putting that shit and start cleaning it up. Start cleaning it up. Start just a little bit at a time. Because if you can't do it by yourself, take one of your homies with you. Right? Take God with you. Charles always laughs. Did you ask God? Man, fuck you. Fuck you too. Call me an asshole. Call me Mr. Asshole. Because that's what type of people you get in life. I don't want no half-ass motherfucker. I want the same like motherfucker that was fucking wasn't the pen. I don't want you. You know, I want a motherfucker who's gonna be there over 100%. I'm gonna kill for you. You gonna kill for me. This is the same shit, because motherfuckers is dying in out. When I was in San Fernando Valley, right? The fentanyl was so pervasive and so deep, man. Motherfuckers where I was at was dying every day. You know, and I said, man, check the pockets, because that's how I get down. See, that shit, they ain't gonna need it. Shit, I can go smoke off this shit and go get me a drink. Come on, baby, let's go. Did it. And fucked up a part about it, I was feeling guilty about that shit the other day. That's just the living amends. You know, but shit, why? Who the fuck is gonna, if I'm not gonna get it, the family don't deserve it, because I deserve it, because I'm in the midst of a deep-seated desperation. My addiction is just hit me so bad to where nothing even mattered. But on the flip side, the reason I came back was because a friend kept urging me. She kept urging me and urging me. I met this dude. It took him 4 months to get me where I was at. But for all intents and purposes, everything lined up, because that's how God wanted to do it. I really had to go see the bottom. To where point out, didn't even want to live. And I'm still dealing with that right now. Even though I don't have shit as far as assets or shiny shit, because I really don't care about it, right? I'm just worried about my pain management. I'm worried about how am I gonna live, right? How am I gonna pay my bills? But more so than that, my pain wakes me up in the middle of the night yelling, screaming. But I have a requirement to go. Even in the midst of everything, I go so hard as like I did in my addiction as I did in my recovery. Because don't let that stop you, because you know what? The only person that can actually stop you is you. Sometimes that's when you got to stand beside yourself and say, man, shut the fuck up. Why don't you go take a break? Or like when I was introduced here, I used to go get a piece of caution tape and wrap it around my head and go look at myself in the mirror and see how fucked up my thoughts really were. That's that child shit from his sponsor. You know, and I actually did it. I was in a room where Anna's office is now, and I used to hang a pizza. So every day when I walked in out of the room, I had to see that piece of caution tape, letting me know that this motherfucker right here is fucked up. Because this is my biggest problem, my biggest asset. This is one of my assets, but my main one is my connection to God. Because it's like this. Somebody said this in a meeting last night. You better find a God of your own understanding, or I'm gonna come to your funeral. And that's some real shit. Because I haven't seen nobody. I'm 56 years old, although I don't look it. But after this shit, I forgot what I was saying. I also have onset dementia, so I'm losing my memory and everything else. Like I forgot that Eugene still owes me some money. What was I saying?
You better forget that shit in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm suffering from a whole. Once again, my lifestyle is fucking with my health in a lot of ways, and most motherfuckers' teeth. I give a fuck about the teeth. It's everything else that I'm worried about. You know, the quality of my life is shitty, but you know what? Spiritually, I'm spiritually fit. Sometimes, most of the days. But then I had a blanket wrapped around me, so what the fuck I do about it? I'm going to get hated meeting every motherfucking night. Or some days I double up. What the fuck else I got to do? I don't got nothing else to do. Secondary activities will pull you away from your primary purpose. Your primary purpose, if from leaving here is to be successful, success becomes a byproduct of your actions, your thoughts, and your behaviors, and who you surround yourself with. Because if you hang out with losers, what you going to get? Exactly, man. We've been there and done that. If you're around here, we know some scurvy ass motherfuckers. I'm ready motherfuckers do wrong, do dirty. Every person I fucked with in South Central on the east side had a fucked up name. Scandalous. You know, but I still love them to death, man, but they ain't no good. You know, I need with people I'm surrounded by, because I remember when I was in South Central, everybody strapped. I had to trust you that you wouldn't blow my motherfucking head off because you think I was too much of a woman. That's the type of trust you need in rooms. And there are people that, trust me, I'm here to tell you right now, if you first time, there are people like that here. There's a bunch of phonies, but there's also some real motherfuckers in there. Eugene will tell you. Brent will tell you. Fernando will tell you. Motherfuckers been around. Jesse. You know. Some of you. That's all I want. I just want a motherfucker to tell me the truth. Don't sugarcoat shit for me, because I can handle it. I handle getting cuffed up and coming in front of the judge facing 3 strikes. Shit out of me. But yeah, but my behaviors did it. So, but going forward, I'm in on this, right? Fear is a natural part of life. Anxiety is a natural part of life. Feel the fear and do it anyway. If you get anxious by any decision you got to make, anxiety is not going to change the motherfucking situation. So sit your ass down, think about it, or go holler at somebody, man. Because right now, if you knew, be new. But your thinking is fucked up. Mine's still fucked up. My thing's always been fucked up. For the most part. You know, and these motherfuckers, just because you moved off the drugs and alcohol, we still crazy. But see, I'm trying to wear that. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I'm still doing better than these motherfuckers out here in the streets. You know, thank you. Yeah, see, I forgot my camera. Shit.
What I heard tonight was the story of 3 convicts that wanted a better life, but for people like us, don't mean shit. So them convicts made a decision stuck with it. Like Juan said, come up with a plan before you leave here. Sobriety is a long game. You play the short game, you're gonna lose every single time. I'm sure our experiences have shown us that. Like Kelly said, while you're here, get something. Get something here. You understand what I'm saying? And like I say every single month, Grandview will not, in any way, shape, form, or fashion, save your life. But Grandview will give you all the tools you need to save your own ass. What you do with them tools up to you. Like I say, man, you motherfuckers put some thought in the shit, man. Play the long game. We win in the long game. Motherfuckers like us win in the long game, bro. That fast game fucks us up every time. I know that's been my experience over and over and over. So make a motherfucking decision and stick with the fucking decision. Fuck a won't. You know what I'm saying? I want some pussy, but I ain't getting none tonight unless you been playing with that shit. But I made a decision to go get me something tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? Make a fucking decision, man, and stick with this shit. You know? You guys pray out and let's get the fuck out of here. Thanks, Kevin. Next month.
Good, bro. Good. Cool time. All right. Huh? Yeah,
It's the haircut. It's the haircut, bro. Lead us out of here, somebody.
God.